We've already taken a closer look at strong and consistent relic combinations for Revenant, Duchess, and Recluse. Now it's time to give the same attention to the rest of the Nightfarers, the one who rely more on brute strength, dexterity, and raw combat. The first Everdark or random relic effect we'll look at is Improved Initial Standard Attack. This relic gives you a 13% damage boost on your first normal attack, but there are a few conditions. It works in any grip, one-handed, two-handed, or power stance with matching weapon types. But the attack must be a basic attack, not a running attack, not a jump, and not a heavy strike. Just a regular first swing. So, which Nightfarer makes the most out of this relic? We believe it's Raider. He's built for heavy weapons and big hits, but his attacks are slow. That's why this relic shines. There is a trick you can use. After landing your first standard attack, immediately press block, then follow up with another standard attack. This cancels part of the animation and lets Raider strike again faster. And here's the best part. Each of those hits count as a first standard attack, so each one gets the 13% damage bonus. The same relic also benefits Ironeye. During your run, you can collect and switch between different bows. Every time you change your bow, your next shot is counted as a first standard attack, which means you keep triggering the 13% bonus. Ironeye's attacks will be slower in this case, but the constant switching opens up strong synergy with another relic. We'll get into that later in the Ironeye section. Though we want to note that this relic promotes a specific and a bit restrictive playstyle. To take full advantage of the effect, you need to constantly reset into a new first standard attack, which can limit your freedom in combos and movement. That's why we don't often use it in casual runs, but this approach can be fun to try. Another great effect from a random relic that fits almost any melee character is taking attacks improves attack power. After you take damage, you gain plus 15% attack power for 10 seconds, and if you get hit again, the timer refreshes. And of course, you can always choose more reliable, permanent relic effects. For example, physical attack up. Although it offers the smallest damage boost, it is permanent. It stays with you for the entire run and works on all weapons that deal physical damage. Plus 2 version provides a 5% damage boost. Keep in mind, the bonus only applies to the physical part of the damage. That's why a better option would be a relic that grants improved weapon type attack power. For example, a bow for Ironeye or a katana for Executor. You'll get plus 6.5% damage for your weapon type. Or you can choose the improved attack power with 3+ weapon type equipped effect. If you carry 3 or more weapons of the same type in your inventory, you'll get a 10% boost to all damage. Also, don't forget the Everdark or random relic effect loved by the Nightreign community. Attack power permanently increased for each Everjail prisoner defeated. The Everdark relic with this effect also provides a stone sword key. Keep in mind, you'll need to defeat at least 2 Everjail prisoners to see a solid benefit. Each gives a 5% boost, which applies to all damage you deal till the end of the run. The most important relic effect for Raider is damage taken while using character skill improves attack power and stamina. When Raider takes damage while using Retaliate, he gets plus 10% damage and plus 20% stamina for 20 seconds. With Retaliate, you usually want to tank damage, so you absorb a heavy blow, get less damage, and trigger the buff. It gets better. The effect of this relic stacks with the effect of taking attacks improves attack power, giving you an additional 15% damage boost for 10 seconds. So, when you take damage while using Retaliate, you get 3 buffs at once. But there is more. You can also perform this move under the buff from the Totem Stella, Raider's ultimate art. That's an extra 15% physical attack boost and 4 buffs at once. We consider the Knight of the Lord to be one of the best relics for Ironeye. It comes with a set of bonuses that work with his playstyle like a charm. First, switching weapons adds an affinity attack, meaning that when you switch weapons, the new one gets infused with a random element, gaining plus 12 elemental damage for 10 seconds. Second, boost attack power of added affinity attacks gives you plus 10% extra damage to those elemental hits. And finally, switching weapons boosts attack power, adding plus 10% general damage for 10 seconds after each switch. All of these effects stack. This relic also synergizes with the effect we mentioned earlier, improved initial standard attack. Instead of switching weapons after every single shot, we prefer taking advantage of Ironeye's attack pattern. After every 4th or 8th shot, there is a built-in delay. That's your moment. Use that brief pause to switch weapons. It refreshes the relic's buffs. Let's move on to Ironeye's character skill. It's extremely powerful on its own. Any enemy marked by it takes 10% more damage from all sources, which is kind of a big deal. So, improving this ability with the right relic is a smart move. One option is the extend duration of weak point effect, which increases the mark's duration from 17.5 to 20 seconds. But an even better option from a random relic is +1 additional character skill use. With this, you can mark more enemies during fights, or reapply the mark immediately when it gets broken. Don't forget, you'll already be carrying 2 bows to swap between and activate the bonuses we mentioned earlier. So picking up a third one to unlock the improved attack power with 3+ bows equipped effect for a 10% boost shouldn't be a problem. Another simple and straightforward enhancement for Ironeye would be improved bow attack power. Last but not least about Ironeye, his shots use very little stamina, which makes him a great match for the Knight of the Beast relic. Its effect, stamina recovers with each successful attack +1, gives you +3 stamina back per hit. If you equip this relic, you'll be able to fire 2 more shots at level 1 and up to 4 extra shots by level 15 if you use up the entire stamina bar. Executor's passive ability says, receive a boost after recovering from status ailments. It's about plus 20% attack power and plus 17.7% faster stamina recovery for 20 seconds. Here's where it gets interesting. There's a random relic with the effect, change compatible armament skill to seppuku at the start of the expedition. When you activate seppuku, the Executor inflicts blood loss on himself, which immediately triggers his passive skill. Seppuku also gives plus 20 physical attack power and additional bleed buildup. One press of a button, instantly activating 4 massive buffs. You can add another status effect to the mix by using a random relic with the effect starting armament inflicts frostbite. This lets your katana build up frostbite in addition to bleed, a deadly combination. But there are a few things to remember. First, this relic reduces your starting weapon's damage by 15%, so your regular hits will hurt a bit less. Second, frostbite gets cancelled when enemies take fire damage. So if someone in your party uses fire attacks, they might accidentally reset the build-up. For more reliable buffs, you can use effects we mentioned earlier, like improved katana attack power with 3+ katanas equipped, taking attacks improves attack power. Since Wylder is such a flexible character, able to fight effectively with almost any weapon, he benefits the most from versatile relics that boost overall performance. Attack power permanently increased for each ever jail prisoner defeated is a great choice. Taking attacks improves attack power fits Wylder's aggressive style, and physical attack up is a simple but effective bonus. However, instead of physical attack up, we go with the Wylder's earring, which we talked about in the previous video. We highly value the boosted gifts to ultimate art. Just standing in the fire zone can cause enemies to take double damage. We also find additional claw shot super useful, as it makes Wylder extremely mobile. You can even use it to deal ranged damage in some situations. But most importantly, it lets you revive allies quickly, even from a distance. You can also build Wylder in a more focused way, for example to lean into fire damage. Try using the Everdark Relic with this effect combinations. Art activation spreads fire in area. Change compatible armament skill to Flaming Strike at start of expedition. Fire attack power up +2. This setup gives Wylder strong fire-based defense right from the start. For the remaining relic slots, try adding even more fire damage bonuses. Throughout the run, look out for fire-infused weapons or items that scale well with fire in this case. You can try boosting the Guardian's damage by picking relics with offensive effects, but in our opinion, that's not the best way to play this character. Instead, Guardian shines when focused on survival, drawing enemy attention, and supporting allies. That's why the relic we recommended in the previous video, draw enemy attention while guarding, is still one of the most important. You can buy a relic with this effect at Small Jar Bazaar. If we want to go even further into support role, the Witch's Brooch is a perfect choice. It has two strong effects. First, slowly restores nearby allies' HP while art is active. And the word slowly doesn't do it justice. It heals 10% plus 12 HP every half second while you maintain your ultimate art. Second, reflects a portion of damage received when ability is activated, which also staggers nearby enemies and deals AoE damage. Both these relics come with an extra bonus, +3 vigor each. That adds 120 extra HP in total. Don't have the Witch's Brooch yet? No worries. A great alternative is the Everdark Relic with the same damage reflection effect, plus an extra bonus. It charges your art gauge whenever you successfully guard. If you want to make Guardian even tankier and better at surviving while supporting, there's an Everdark Relic you unlock after defeating the Everdark Sovereign Ogre. It gives you a flat plus 100 HP, 1 HP per second passive regeneration. And when your or ally's HP drops below 20%, you or your ally get a special buff. It restores 0.5% of your HP plus 1 every second for 50 seconds. Or you can use Everdark Relic with the same HP restoration effect, Vigor +3 bonus, and improved damage negation at low HP, which increases damage negation by 25% when HP is below 20%. There's yet another option. You can go with the Knight of the Champion relic. It boosts the damage of guard counterattacks, which is great for defensive playstyle. Another effect restores 2.5% of your max HP every time you land a thrusting counterattack. What do you think about the relic effects we've chosen for these characters? Do you have your own builds or favorite combos? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to try out your setups in our future runs. Thanks for watching, and as always, take care out there, Nightfarers.